Mr. Bharti spent his childhood at Hisua Bazar in Nevada. He later went to Patna for his intermediate education. After completing his MSc from IIT Delhi, Mr. Bharti pursued a degree in law at the Delhi University. In June 2012, Mr. Bharti took active participation in a campaign against the alleged interference of then Minister of HRD in joint entrance examination process for admission to Indian Institute of Technology. The government later partially withdrew the proposal. Mr. Bharti is also an activist and has fought for various social causes. To exemplify, during 2010 to 2013, Mr. Bharti made efforts for defending the rights of homeschool children and subscribers of alternate education system in view of binding provisions of the Right for Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act, done through the public interest litigation filed in the Delhi High Court. In response to his PIL, the Ministry of Human Resource and Development through an affidavit clarified that they are not against homeschooling. So this is about Somnath Bharti. Now I'll request Mr. Bharti to come on the stage and take it forward.
Good morning. You should respond to good morning. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Fantastic. Probably the nature head wanted this because I arrived late and I am the third speaker. So after having heard two legal luminaries of India, Dr. Ram Jethmalani and Dr. Surat Singh, there is hardly anything left to say on law. But then I'll share my little journey of politics and whatever I experienced being a politician, a new age politician you can say. So my journey probably may enrich you slightly. You know, I was just hearing Surat Singh ji is a well-known sort of a scholar and a legal brilliant mind. When he said that foreign companies, foreign legal firms, foreign law firms need to be welcomed. I do recall my small swimming session I was having long ago, years ago. I was standing by the poolside and I was very fearful that how will I swim. Suddenly my brother came and he pushed me into the water. And when I was in the water, I was thinking he is my biggest enemy. I will die. I was almost drowning. Then suddenly I found a way out, and then that's how I learned swimming. Now, are we doing the same with our Indian law firms? To make them compete with foreign law firms, to make Indian firms, because we are opening up the entire economy to the world. And as he said, that sooner or later it has to happen. Now we have two choices. Either the way I learned swimming, similarly I left our Indian law firms compete with the foreign law firms, or as a government, equip them with whatever infrastructure, with whatever policies they may need to give good competition to foreign law firms. So we have to prepare. As a government, you know, because today I'm representing Aam Aadmi Party, which is at the power in Delhi, Delhi state. We need to be absolutely up and ready for the challenge. I do recall a small tenure I had as Law Minister of Delhi, 49 days. And I remember, because my senior is sitting here, many things I tried to do. I was hell-bent on bringing many reforms, doing things which would bring Indian law firms and Indian legal fraternity and Indian legal entire scenario, matching some standards which I have learned from the world's different countries. You know, I'll say a couple of them. See, when I got into the chair, and this would be hilarious also, the moment I entered my office, I was asking my secretary, tell me, where do I plug my laptop? Sir, the gentleman said, there is no socket here. I said, why? He said, Minister never sat on this chair. He said he was always sitting inside the room on the sofa. There all the dealings took place. Now, if we are being governed by people like him, if the people whom we have entrusted the country's governance with, if they are of that kind, how can you imagine? How can you, just imagine, are we on the right path to equip the nation to cope up with the challenges which the world is throwing? And such was the apprehension with which were the main causes for me to get into politics. In Hindi, people who understand Hindi, एक कहावत है हिंदी में कि कीकड़ के पेड़ से आप अमरूद मांगो तो नहीं मिलेगा. अब कीकड़ का पेड़ है, पूजा करते रहो. We are surely believers of miracles. गणेश जी को दूध भी पिला दिया था हिंदुस्तान में. तो the fundamental reason because of which Aam Aadmi Party took birth was that we have to do it ourselves. We have to get into this. How long and how far you'll keep abusing and accusing politicians and still being at a distance, maintaining a distance and not get yourselves into politics. That was the primary reason I left a very lucrative career of a lawyer at Supreme Court and an IT consultant and many things I was doing after passing out from IIT and got into politics. Today, surviving in politics and Indian politics is such a difficult task. And an honest politician has to face what not, ask me some other day if I get a chance to share with you. It's a huge task. And why it is so? Somebody who is to become an MLA, a member of parliament, at different positions of power, it was a route to make huge wealth. Now today, as an MLA of my area, I see the kind of things which are available to an MLA, a member of Legislative Assembly, to support his work in the constituency is nothing available. An MLA does not get an office, an MLA does not get a house, an MLA does not get a car, neither a driver, nor petrol, nor office staff. How does he work? Somebody who is given the task to bring reforms, somebody who is given the task to legislate, he has no access to any of the supporting thing. He has no resources available. So when we talk of reforms, we have to bring in reforms at all levels. And this is the high time because the people like us have got into politics and this is what now coming out. When I was in the chair of Law Minister, I wanted to bring the kind of facility which we have abroad. I remember UK Supreme Court, they broadcast their proceedings on the net. I have ordered, in fact, while I was a law minister, that all court proceedings in all the courts in India, right starting from district courts, they all need to be video recorded. Video recording of court proceedings would be such we can say a paradigm shift that will bring into Indian legal system. And this, as a law minister, had ordered. This would be a welcome step by the legal fraternity. Second, when I was in US for quite some time, I used to go to a district attorney's office. Huge offices they used to have. In our nation, we have hardly an office for the public prosecutors. So as a law minister, I had to order, I've ordered huge facilities for chief public prosecutor and public prosecutors in every court. So something, because I think we are not at all equipping ourselves or our Indian lawyers or the courts to give a tough competition to foreign law firms, and that is the uncertainty and that is the sort of fear which Indian lawyers and Indian entire system, they're all harnessing amongst themselves. So this has to be addressed before we bring in. So either you do what my brother did to me to teach swimming, or you equip the people. And as a government, I promise you, Indian law firms or Indian lawyers, they would be given all support from Delhi government. And many good ideas we are already working on. So whatever you think will be required to help or equip you to give a tough competition to foreign law firms, and before we welcome them in our nation, that has to happen sometime or the other. But then I welcome you that do come to us and let us know what all do we need to do as a government at Delhi to help you get equipped with those infrastructures, those policies which would be helping you give a tough competition to foreign law firms. With this, thank you.
Well, definitely after this session where three of the keynote speakers from their immense experience to the legal industry shared their knowledge and the values with you, I'm sure there must be questions coming in your mind. So now we'll begin with the question and answer round. Any of you want to ask any question may go ahead. The mic is...
Yeah. Hello. I am very delighted to be here, Mr. Bhatt. Particularly this requires mention because I am so excited. Probably the Google would not have found easily where is the Hisua Thana. In fact, I belong to Hisua as well. So I still remember my childhood days going with all the siblings, 7, 8 people in the queue, and queuing up before the garments shop and buying all the, from one than, the clothes for everybody in the house, and going to the tailor, who very jolly well we used to stand before the tailor to take the measurement. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, get lost, I'll stitch it. So no measurement, nothing that of sorts. So thank you very much for really having mention of this place today in this forum, and I'm really delighted to have having here. At the same time, I congratulate you for having a short stint as a law minister, and I wish to see you again as a law minister, where we can really have great improvement in this profession. And I had opportunity to work with Mr. Jethmalani as well in the past, and I'm so delighted to hear Mr. Jethmalani right from my campus days, sir. I have been hearing you, so that's been so nice. And particularly I don't have any question because I was so excited to hear this place. So this is what I wanted to give as a compliment to you, sir. Thank you very much.
There is a gentleman at the back.
Kindly introduce yourself, tell about your organization.
And a short question. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mahmoud Hussein. I'm a lawyer from United Arab Emirates. I'm glad to be today here actually with this. I enjoyed the speech, but I have not question. I wanted to add what His Excellency the Minister has said. In United Arab Emirates in Dubai, we have civil courts. Then within 5 kilometers, Dubai government established common law courts with the Chief Justice Sir Anthony Evans, who I worked with him and helped him to establish the courts. Then they open up the market for international firms. Although our country is not 5,000 country, we cannot claim it's a 40 years country, but we opened up. But what it made the local lawyers more stronger, more aggressive to go for business. That's why we are here promoting our business. I would be surprised when I see Indian lawyers in Dubai. In each and every firm, you will see 2 or 3 Indian lawyers. In our firm, the managing partner is Indian from Delhi. We have Ms. Kokila and Mr. Kush as well. They are lawyers working with us. And they handle international transactions in Egypt, in Jordan, across the globe. So they are competing with other international lawyers. So I think the opportunity is great to make them stronger, to create opportunities and investment. And investors, they will not come unless they will see their lawyer are with them, where they will feel comfortable. And this is the investor friendly. This is some notes from our experience. Although we are a younger nation, but we think there is a lesson or there is experience might be learned from our experience. Thank you.
So we are now closing this session.
No, just
Thanks.
a moment. Let me answer that, Mohammed Hussein's
Okay.
question.
Sorry for that.
Mohammed Hussein, you would raise the question that, when a country like Dubai has opened up to the whole world, why a country like India, which is far bigger, is fearful of opening itself to the competition. Well, at various stages, we have to open up. Like, for example, when industrialization started, England did not open up its own economy to the world. On the contrary, it put a tariff on Indian goods so that they can compete, because in 1750, England was not able to compete with India.